I'm backing up my truck, I'm gonna hook it up, loading up my boat with all my gear. I've been working hard all week, trying to make ends meet, spending time wishing I was fishing. Well, Terry Wickstrom wants to take you fishing. Gather up your gear and come along. Well, Terry Wickstrom wants to take you fishing.
This is Terry Wickstrom. Join Karen Kullhem, Greg Clajo, and me as we take you to some of our favorite fishing spots from Colorado to Minnesota, the Arctic Circle to Central America and beyond. As we revisit episodes of Mountain States Fishing and Angling Adventures Television on the best of fishing with Terry Wickstrom.
22 seasons. It's incredible.
Doesn't seem that long, but it does.
Oh, it doesn't seem possible. Hey, folks. Well, I got to drink to that first.
Cheers first.
What we're doing, in case you haven't figured it out, our television shows will be coming to an end the end of December this year, at least on a broadcast basis. We will take them out to the internet. We'll get you more information on that later. And we're kind of picking out a few places we fish, places we've been to, memories for the next 3 weeks to share with you over what we've shared in 22 seasons and how remarkable it's been. And I thought we'd start out with some of our favorite fishing places.
Well, I think we first need to talk about the fact is, from what extreme did we travel?
Oh, we went from the Arctic Circle up in Nunavut, all the way down at Tuktoy Lodge, which was incredible.
Yep.
Where you got to sleep with grizzly bears brushing your tent.
You know, you keep telling that story. I did not sleep for 3 days.
She had bear spray and a whistle.
Yeah.
I told her the bear spray was seasoning and the whistle was like a dinner bell.
That's about what it was.
But you know what? We did have true adventures, and we'll talk more about that later. But we did. We fished from up in the Arctic Circle down to the equator.
Right.
And we've talked about places we've got to fish in all over America, of course. If I had to pick a place, I'd be remiss if I didn't talk about the fishing in Alaska. We've done, 15, 20 shows in Alaska?
Something like that. It seemed like every summer we lived in Alaska.
And it was just incredible, the diversity of fishing, the places we went to. One of my favorites was the Kenai Peninsula.
I know you loved floating that Kenai.
The upper Kenai.
Yeah, and we did all parts of the Kenai, but the upper was your first experience, and it was one of your best.
Oh, yeah, but when you're on the Kenai, you also have the halibut in the ocean.
Right.
And you have the salmon out of Seward in the ocean. Plus you have the rivers like the Kasiilhaf and the Kenai River itself for the silvers and the king salmon. Let's take the people out and show them some footage of those Alaska trips.
Sounds good.
I've learned that it's not a race, it's an endurance contest.
That's true.
And if you try to beat them to the punch and just bring them up as quick as you can, you have no chance. Alaska's quite a place. You know, it's my third trip to Alaska in the last 3 years, each one different and each one unique, and none of them disappointing.
That's good. Glad to hear that. And not too hard. That's where that muscle comes in. Just take what it gives. Okay, you got yourself a nice halibut. You ready? Grab your sinker, please, so it doesn't swing and hit.
My first halibut. Okay. That's my first halibut, folks. I tell you what, I've caught muskies, I've caught tarpon. I've never worked so hard to land a fish in my life. And this, well, I don't know what I'd do if I catch a 100-pounder, John. Let's put this down.
We'll help you.
John, I just want to say thank you.
You're welcome. I'm glad
Fish
it
on
turned out.
Charters. Thank you. Yeah, I got one too.
Okay. Okay, we have to keep our heads. If these are salmon, they'll be running sideways.
Okay.
If they're rockfish, they're going to come straight up. If they're salmon, just keep your head. Your lines will cross.
Yeah, we could be tangled. No.
Just do the smart thing,
Yeah,
guys.
I got a salmon here.
Help out your
mine came
fellow
off.
fishermen.
No, mine's on. I thought I lost them.
Just keep an eye on the other
see.
lines. Terry, go up and to the right. You go down and to the left. Down, left.
All right.
Terry, upright more, upright more.
Got
You
him.
down, left more, upright more.
Ready?
Okay.
There he goes. All right, thank you, John.
Okay. All right, here's what we got to do now. In a frenzy like this, I'm just going to put this on the deck.
You're fine. That's fine. I'll hold them down if you need to. Go get somebody else's, or.
Well. Way to
Look at
start
that.
the day.
Has been fishing for 10 minutes already. We got, how many did we hook up there?
I don't know.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
5 silver salmons, that quick.
Been fishing for about 5 minutes.
Yeah, she's been out.
Typical.
Let her have, I take a break.
Oh,
let
look
her.
how bright and silver that one is. Look how shiny. That's just like almost white.
You want to hold that one, Karen? It's our producer and camera person, Karen Kullhem. You let her at the, she puts the camera down for 5 minutes and she's got a fish on. I tell you, you just can't trust her. She's just the way she is. Good job, Karen. Nice, brilliant rainbow.
Dick, I need
Good
you on the other
fish,
side.
good fish.
There we go, almost.
There he comes.
A little bit higher. Try to get the fish's head out of the water.
All right, Ralph.
Teamwork.
My man! All the
Teamwork.
bad
There
things,
we
that
go.
hard time I've been giving Ralph, and he helps me land the fish, my best fish of the day. Say, we came in the shore, so give you a good look at this fish. We don't want to keep it out of the water a long time, but what a beauty. Just go, let's go ahead and get it back in the water. They've seen a good look at it, and you know the greatest thing about a fish, you know, it's almost as great watching a fish like that swim away as it is catching it. Thanks, Tom. Well, that was just a glimpse of what we did in Alaska to try to share with you in these last few weeks. And if you thought those bears in that footage were close, they were. I'll tell you, they were right there. We had so many encounters with bears, but it was just led to the adventure. Now, that was one of our northern areas we fished. You kind of fell in love with one of the more tropical areas.
I'm a more flip-flop, sandal beach area, and Costa Rica is hard to come by. I mean, we had a few trips there, and every single trip was just wonderful.
Well, and it was tremendous, and you had an incredible fishing adventure there. In fact, on that trip, we did 3 different shows, I think, but one was specifically aimed
For me to get my sailfish.
yeah, for you to get a sailfish. And then during that same outing, we caught Dorado and tuna. And, it was
don't forget all the dolphins.
oh, the
Every time we were out in the ocean.
hundreds of dolphins just by
You
the
could reach
boat.
down and touch them almost.
Let's take them out and we'll show Karen catching her sailfish and a few other fishing adventures in Costa Rica. Can you tell he's on there?
Yeah, he's on.
It's a. Is this your first Dorado?
Yeah.
Ever? Have you ocean fished like this before?
No, not like this.
Okay. All right, my man. Hey,
That was exciting. That was
isn't that incredible?
Oh, that was awesome.
All right, Steve, your first Dorado. Look at the way the colors change on him. Isn't that incredible?
great. Look at that.
That's a nice fish. That's dinner for me tonight.
Dinner.
Awesome, my man. Way to go.
Yeah.
Tunas. So we got Larimer County proudly represented here. We got the ranger, park ranger, and the sheriff's department. We'll see if we can create a little internal strife here.
2 fish hooked up here.
I'll get over back.
Both staying deep.
So, all right, now we got a little, we got the sheriff's department against the parks. What do you think, Mike?
Oh, we got him beat. I think mine's bigger.
What
No
a
way.
fishing trip, huh?
Oh, it's beautiful.
I mean, we haven't even been out half a day yet. We boated a sailfish, raised 5 more. I don't know how many tuna we got in the boat. We have a double of tuna on right now. We got mahi-mahi in the cooler. Other than that, it's been just kind of, besides the hundreds of dolphins have been swimming around
Mike,
us,
I'm
huh?
kicking your butt.
Okay, tuna can pull, can't they?
They are strong fish.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, Mike. I knew the sheriff's department would be more efficient than Parks
right,
getting theirs in. He's still nursing his, trying to get airtime. Good job. Good job. Nice tuna. Nice tuna. These are some beautiful fish.
Oh, what's got him?
Go, Mark.
It's on the line, Mark. You're not going to let the sheriff's department beat you, are you? Hey, Mark, I hate to tell you this. Mike's is bigger.
I know.
A lot bigger.
That's
Probably not as
that's
big as the one you caught before, though, right?
No.
There we go, the Larimer County's finest with a double tuna hookup out here off of Costa Rica. Hooked up, Karen?
I have no idea.
I'd put pressure on it real. Oh!
There he goes.
All right, Karen.
Holy crap, this is hard.
Good job, Karen. You got him.
You got him, Karen.
Nice, Karen.
You're gonna get him.
Show him his boss.
Beautiful fish. Oh, awesome. Well, she is locked onto this fish. What an incredible scene.
My legs are just quivering.
Awesome. Awesome. What a fish, Karen. What fish. This easier than running camera?
I'm trying. No.
Awesome. Oh, yeah. Awesome.
Oh, God, he's beautiful.
Oh. I tell you, what a scene. What a
Oh, my
scene
gosh.
battling this fish.
I'm just shaking.
Oh, all right, Karen. All right. Whoa. All right, Karen. Yes. To your sailfish.
Yeah. Got it off my bucket list.
That was an awesome. I tell you what, the adrenaline rush, and you didn't get excited.
No, not at all.
You know, we've shown you from Alaska down to Costa Rica, the extremes. We went from the far north to the Central America and the equator. But we're fortunate and so lucky that we got to fish all over the Americas. I mean, how many shows did we do in Minnesota, which was our home where we were both born?
Well, and that's just it. We did so many shows in Colorado and Minnesota, and it was still new to us every time we did it. But the thing is, too, that was really neat, especially for me, is a couple of the trips, one in Colorado and one in Minnesota, I got to take my parents along with, and they loved being part of the show.
Well, in fact, one of our favorite spots you were introduced to by your parents.
Yep.
And that was Rocky Mountain National Park.
Exactly. I
And
grew
that's
up in the area.
right in our backyard where we live now in Fort Collins, Colorado. We can virtually see the peaks from our house.
Yep. And it's our getaway place, even when we're not filming. That's exactly where we go to just get away, go along the creeks, fish a little bit, just sit.
Get a cabin and be by the river. You don't always have to travel to have a great outdoor adventure.
No.
In fact, let's finish this show with a great outdoor adventure that's right in our backyard in one of our favorite spots, Rocky Mountain National Park.
Sounds good.
A little to the right of him. Perfect. You should see that. Set. Got him.
Hooked up. Fish on. That one took the dropper, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
So we got one on the dry and one on the dropper. It's always fun here because we don't know what we got on. I mean, we know it's trout, we just don't know which one or the colors are going to be like. And in this setting,
This is a good fish.
oh, it is a good fish. This setting is all about the beauty, though. Nice. Well, for these kind of conditions. Oh no, don't get in the line. He tried to make a fire drill out of it. I had a lot of line laying on the water. Now what's that one?
This is looks like more like a greenback. Looks like a hybrid greenback with the Yellowstone.
Greenback?
Yeah.
I'm not that, I'll be perfectly honest with the folks. I'm not very good at telling the different types of cuts. You want to go and show the camera? Go ahead.
Sure.
I mean, folks, the sun's coming out here in a minute. We'll really get a look at it. These are just the most beautiful fish in the world. And we caught one on a dry and one on a drop. The fact that you can see him responding to the lure and the fly and just have fun with him is so good. And there's actually some pretty good ones in here, and they're in the spawn right now, so just catching these brook trout because of the beautiful colors. That is so much fun. They're actually, I've got two flies on, a bigger one and a little one, because they're so spooky. They're actually all of a sudden have come to life and started hitting the bigger fly. And there's just so many of them in here. This one is so, so pretty. We'll get him over here. Oh, he is so pretty. Lay the fly rod down so we can handle him a little easier. Pretty little fish. And here we've got to get a, this is a male that's in full spawn. So we're going to get a close-up of this one. We're going to get you a really good close. This is a male in full spawn, and the colors are just so vibrant and beautiful. If you look at that, male brook trout in full spawn. Look at the bottoms of the fins, the colors. Just an incredible little fish. They're so beautiful. And this little...
One thing too, you don't always have to have a fly rod to fish. What I'm using is a little 5-foot ultralight spinning rod with a like 4-pound test, because these fish are so little back in here that you gotta give them a little chance, and it's more fun catching them and have a lot more play. So what we'll do is we'll just go ahead and toss that back out and just kind of drag it right along the current, right along the top of the rocks, and see if we can catch another fish. The hard part is there's so many little shallow areas that you got to pull it quick before it catches on the bottom. Otherwise all you're doing is catching the seaweed and the grass and stuff along the edges. Here's another one. Just another little one. But boy, they're fun. He's got some pretty red spots on him. He's starting to get his fall colors. You can get a close-up of him. Just a few red spots starting to turn. Makes it fun as there's a lot of little fish, but every once in a while there's some big fish. But just to get out here, enjoy the outdoors, and you just never know what you're going to get caught up on.
There's one. Oh, wow, I set the hook, lifted him right out of the water. Now I said we were going to catch small fish, but I really meant just a little bigger than this. But that shows you that there's healthy fish living in this river. As tiny as this is, I want to show you the brilliant colors. Now this, obviously we're really looking for fish a little bigger than this, but you should see how pretty even this little one is. This fish is so tiny it's hard to even see, but you see how brilliant the colors are. And we're going to let this go. He's just hooked in the lip. Pretty little fish. Now we really want to catch one just a little bigger than this, but it's still just fun being out here in nature. Let him go. Let him grow about 5 more inches and he can be here for you to catch. There he goes. You know, I already caught one little brook trout out of this spot. It was tiny, but it was fun. It's just, when I'm back here, I can look around. I have a mountain cliff over here. I have the side of a mountain full of trees here. I have the aspen turning gold over here. I mean, it's a End of September. It's just a beautiful day out, and I mean, it's just a little cool. Sun came out, goes back and forth, you know, fall weather, but dressed for it so it's comfortable, and it's just how peaceful. Sit back here and just reflect on life. Get to see some wildlife, catch a few fish. You know, with all the crazy things that go on in the world, sometimes just getting away and being out in nature is so rewarding in itself. And Colorado is so lucky to have so many places you can do that, and Rocky Mountain National Park is really a gem.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's hard to look back. We've got this show and we've got 2 more weeks and say, how are we going to tell people what we've experienced in 22 seasons and 3 shows? We did a couple little collage shows coming into this, but there's so many wonderful things. We can't name all the people, the places, and the fishing, because we've been just so blessed.
You know, and even still, even when we talk about all of it, most people will say, you never did all that. It's like, yeah, we did.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Well, stay tuned, folks, to the next couple weeks after this. We're going to take you to some more of our favorite places, and then share maybe some of our favorite memories, or some of them that might not be my favorites. But we're going to try to just share with you what this has meant to us and what having you out there has meant to us. And so stay with us for the next couple weeks as we share 22 seasons fishing.
Thanks for joining us.